We live in a world that's rapidly changing. Men are increasingly venturing into territories once considered feminine or unconventional. These men are stay at home dads, nurses, teachers, and caregivers. They are artists, dancers, and writers, defying expectations and pursuing their passions. This shift is a positive step towards a more equitable society. However, it also presents unique challenges for men. Men in non traditional roles often face an invisible battleground. They navigate a world that isn't quite sure what to make of them. By understanding their challenges, we can create a more supportive and inclusive environment. It's time to break the silence surrounding men's mental health in non traditional roles. For generations, men have been taught to suppress their emotions. While this traditional definition of masculinity is slowly evolving, the pressure to conform remains. This pressure is amplified for men who venture outside traditional gender norms. The stigma surrounding mental health is already a significant barrier to seeking help. For men in non traditional roles, this stigma can be even more profound. Untreated mental health issues can lead to anxiety, depression, substance abuse, and even suicide. It's crucial to break down these barriers and create a safe space for men to speak openly about their struggles. This is a conversation that matters, and it's a conversation we need to have now. Imagine a young man raised with the traditional script for manhood. Now, imagine him drawn to a career path deemed feminine, nursing, for example. This internal conflict can be incredibly isolating. He is straddling two worlds, each with its own set of expectations that seem impossible to reconcile. A man who enjoys hobbies like cooking, knitting, or dance may face raised eyebrows or dismissive comments. The internal struggle is often invisible, hidden behind a facade of normalcy. Embracing vulnerability, seeking support, and challenging rigid gender norms are not signs of weakness, but of strength and authenticity. Men in non traditional roles often find themselves navigating a professional landscape that isn't designed for them. They may encounter skepticism from colleagues, clients, or even superiors who question their competence simply because of their gender. This lack of trust can be demoralizing and create significant barriers to advancement. A stay at home dad may face judgment from family or friends who question his contribution to the household. This constant need to prove themselves can take a toll on their mental well being. It's essential to recognize the biases, both conscious and unconscious, that contribute to this lack of validation. Challenging stereotypes and advocating for more inclusive workplaces and social circles are crucial steps in creating a society where men feel valued and respected, regardless of their chosen path. One of the most significant challenges for men in non traditional roles is isolation. They may find it difficult to connect with others who understand their experiences. Creating spaces where men can discuss their experiences without fear of judgment is crucial. Think about the language we use every day. Man up. Don't be such a girl. These phrases carry a lot of weight. They reinforce gendered emotions and behaviors. For men in non traditional roles, these words can sting. We need to be mindful of the language we use. Inclusive language promotes a supportive society. Turn on the television, open a magazine, or scroll through social media. The media often portrays men in very specific ways: strong, stoic, and successful in traditionally masculine fields. While there's been progress in recent years, portrayals of men in non traditional roles are often stereotypical or played for laughs. This lack of positive representation reinforces the idea that men who step outside the norm are somehow less than. The media has a responsibility to do better. We need to see more diverse representations of masculinity. Positive representation matters. By showcasing the diversity of human experience, the media can play a powerful role in promoting mental health and well being for all. Perhaps the most insidious challenge men in non traditional roles face is the internalization of societal stigma. They may start to believe the negative messages they've been hearing all their lives. This can lead to feelings of shame, self doubt, and a sense that they are somehow not good enough. They may question their career choices, hobbies, or even their worth as partners and fathers. This internal struggle can be incredibly isolating and lead to a reluctance to open up to others about their feelings. It's crucial for men in non traditional roles to recognize that their feelings are valid. Seeking therapy or joining support groups can provide a safe space to explore these emotions and develop healthy coping strategies. Meet Mark, a former construction worker turned stay at home dad. He faced ridicule from friends and even family. They saw his choice as a betrayal of his manhood. Mark persevered. He found joy in nurturing his children. He discovered a strength he never knew he had: the strength to defy expectations and embrace his true calling as a father. Then there's David, a talented dancer who battled years of self doubt. He loved dance, but the fear of judgment held him back. Finally, he decided to pursue his passion. Today, he inspires others by challenging gender norms with every graceful move. When Michael left his corporate job to become a nurse, he felt like an outsider. His male friends couldn't relate to his experiences. His family worried about his career change. Then he discovered a support group for men in nursing. He found a community that understood his challenges and celebrated his successes. Shared experiences create powerful bonds. For men in non traditional roles, finding their tribe can be life changing. By sharing their stories, men realize they are not alone in their struggles. The image of a father has long been associated with breadwinning and discipline. But times are changing. More and more men are embracing the role of primary caregiver. They are discovering the profound joys and challenges of nurturing children. These fathers often face skepticism, yet they persevere, driven by an unwavering love for their children. They challenge the assumption that caregiving is inherently feminine. By embracing caregiving roles, they are paving the way for a future where gender roles are fluid and children benefit from the love and support of both parents, regardless of gender. Imagine carrying a heavy weight, invisible to the world. That's what it can feel like for men struggling with mental health in silence. They may appear fine on the surface, but beneath the surface, a battle rages. The constant pressure to conform, the fear of judgment, the loneliness, it takes a toll. Studies show that men in non traditional roles are at a higher risk of experiencing depression, anxiety, and even suicidal thoughts. The stress of navigating a world that doesn't fully accept their choices can manifest in a range of mental health challenges. It's crucial to remember that mental health is just as important as physical health. We need to create a culture where men feel comfortable seeking help and support when they need it. From a young age, boys are often taught to suppress their emotions. Boys don't cry, they're told. Be a man. These messages, though often well intentioned, can be incredibly damaging. They teach men to hide their true selves behind a mask of stoicism. This pressure to conform to rigid definitions of masculinity can be even more intense for men in non traditional roles. Bottling up emotions doesn't make them disappear, it just makes them fester. Men need to be given permission to feel their emotions fully and authentically. By embracing their emotional lives, men can live healthier, more fulfilling lives. A cycle of silence. Why men don't seek help. Many men suffer in silence due to stigma. Admitting they need help may feel like a sign of weakness. They fear judgment from friends, family, or doctors. Access to mental health care can be a barrier. Some don't know where to turn or lack insurance. Even when seeking help, they may face untrained therapists. This silence can be deadly. Untreated issues can lead to substance abuse, relationship problems, and suicide. We all must break down barriers and challenge stigma. Open conversations and better access to care are crucial. All men need resources to thrive. We all can't expect men to navigate these challenges alone. This starts with open conversations, free from judgment and full of empathy. Families and friends play a crucial role. Celebrate his courage to break free from societal norms. Let him know he's not alone. Equip yourself with tools for mental health. Encourage open communication. Talking about feelings is a sign of strength. Connect with trusted friends, family, or therapists. Self-care is essential. Engage in enjoyable activities. Challenge negative self-talk. Replace negative thoughts with affirmations. Seeking help is a sign of courage. Take control of your mental health. Breaking down the stigma surrounding men's mental health is a collective responsibility. It's about creating a world where everyone feels seen, heard, and supported. We all need to challenge outdated notions of masculinity. Redefine strength to include vulnerability and compassion. Celebrate men breaking down stereotypes for a more inclusive future. Create safe spaces for open conversations about mental health. This is a call to action for everyone to create a world where everyone feels empowered. The journey towards greater awareness and support for men's mental health is ongoing. It requires continuous effort and a commitment to challenging the status quo. Change happens one conversation, one story, one act of support at a time. Encourage men to embrace their true selves, regardless of societal expectations. Celebrate their courage to defy the norm and redefine masculinity. Seeking help is a sign of strength. It's an act of self-care and a commitment to a healthier life. Let's create a world where vulnerability is met with compassion and authenticity is celebrated. I want to hear from you. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. And don't forget to check out my previous video, Dads Get Stressed Out Too. Thank you for watching. We got this.